Welcome to the Southwick Civic Fund. This is our event that we did helping out our friends, brothers, and sisters in North Carolina. This video here is our first load down. Um, Basically brought them clothes, food, and some small appliances. We learned a lot as far as what their needs were once this trip was done. That's Tom Albano right there helping us out. Great young man. That's the National Guard. That's Eric Brogan there. Let's see what else do we got coming up. Mike Bridges, another good kid. So these folks took time off from their work schedules, used their trucks, some of them used their trailers, and brought everything down with me. This is a little picture of the inside of their inventory. We're basically at a grocery store, and they've given this group half of it on the outside to become this little organization that they now have. They take one trailer load a day of supplies, and luckily by moving, National Guard actually got involved and moved them into this area, so they're allowed to take more than one truckload a day. It's worked out well. We've met their needs. In the end, we ended up with 6 trailers going down, maybe one more towards Christmas. We'll see how that works out. The National Guard were there to help load up hay. We actually stayed on our second trip down there for a few days and volunteered since we had the right equipment with us. We were able to move hay, fence post, grain, and other things for the folks down in Asheville area, which actually got us into the ground zero area versus just dropping and going. A different experience altogether. I would say most of the people are doing well considering their needs. Unfortunately, they're behind as far as telephone poles go and electricity goes. As you can see in these pictures, we were allowed into towns that were closed. And basically, as you can see, the roads are just missing in spots. Fortunately enough, we had plenty of guys with us, and we were able to, I believe, make a great difference for the 3 days that we spent down there. Well, maybe one of us took a nap. But anyways, that was 10 hours, and we were short drivers on both trips. But in the end, we made it work. Those are volunteers from Virginia helping there. This picture is actually in Barnardsville, which was down at ground zero. A lot of damage and a lot of frustration with folks down there in that area. But we seem to get through it okay. This is our last trip back, enjoying the country atmosphere. And what you don't see there was Adam was actually stuck in that chair. So, great photo op. Those tents are where houses once were. It's very unfortunate to see all that up close, but they're doing the best they can with what they have. Our last trip down, we brought a lot of tools, which were gone 5 hours later to needy people. So whatever we sent actually worked, actually went where people needed it the most. And we, as the Southwick Civic Fund, are very grateful for all your help in this project, I should say. And there's a few pictures there from Calabrese Farm Squash. We actually brought that down, and believe it or not, they loved every minute of it, and they took it. It was probably the first thing that was gone other than those 4 pieces. So I hope you understand what we were doing. I do appreciate the amount of product and funding behind the scenes to help us get down there with fuel. It was a great endeavor by the town of Southwick and surrounding communities. Once again, just more photos of volunteers helping. There's a water truck in the background. That's probably our youngest helper, Adam. I think he's in his 20s. That's part of the Civic Fund. He started when he was a few years younger. It's worked out very well as being one of our troopers. And most of the drivers, as I said, got us down there were Eric Brogan, Tom Albano, Mike Bridges, Kevin DeForest, Adam Goodall, and Steve Wazalowski. So those were the guys responsible for making sure we got there, making sure we all stayed alive at this point. But it worked out. The fire and police department let us use their facilities for the first round, which was a blessing in disguise because they had the camera system there. And quite honestly, when either side had a few minutes, they would come out and help organize and box everything. Very impressed by the town as a whole. There was a lot of folks that came out. I can't remember everyone's name. Day after day to help us box up every little thing, which was a great asset once we got down there. They were so impressed how organized all of our stuff was. So can't thank everyone enough. It was a great trip. And keep supporting the Civic Fund and keep supporting your small local town. We appreciate it.